my feelings aren't going to be hurt. And after what I've been through, it takes a lot now for me to, to not just laugh at some of the ignorance. If I don't laugh at some of the stuff off, then it's like it would put me into depression. I had depression after all that happened, and I wound up in prison. I wound up with depression and emotional distress disorder and anxiety. And I was seeing a psychologist, and then they put me in a separate unit so I could have my own room, so that I could try to. Well, and I was in my own room for 6 months. I'd still go out on the yard and stuff like that, but so that way I wouldn't have a roommate. So that way I'd be able to just be able to cope and deal with stuff and be able to get over it better. And then they gave me a psychologist, and I remember used to going to see the psychologist, and I'd sit down and she wouldn't even say anything, and I would just start bawling. I controlled it. I couldn't control myself. Every time I sit in front of her, I'd just start right out bawling. I couldn't even speak. And she'd ask me why I was crying, and I told her I don't know. I was pretty. It really messed me up for a while. But then I started finding things out. And then my mother would wind up sending me stuff that she found, and that's when I really started doing some research. And I've found out the whole thing was illegal. And actually, anybody that was involved in doing this thing actually should have been incarcerated, because it was illegal to talk anybody into doing anything sexual. And actually, I've got, and that's part of the Constitution, and I've got that somewhere. I don't know where I put it.